Welcome. It's Clobberin time. Issue number 73 on YouTube, but 773 after all. Let's see if the great Carrie Fisher, aka the Great Flash, can hear me. Flash, what's up, bro? You hear me, buddy? I see you, and I've definitely added you to the. Oh, wait a minute. I hit the button wrong there. What about now, brother? That was me, not you. You hear me? You're on mute, bub. You're muted.
How about now?
There you go. Where you at, man? Where you at? Hearing you good. That's different. Did you change something?
No, I probably just did something right.
All right. Well, I mean, usually,
as opposed to the usual.
Well, I'm hearing you better than usual, man. It's like old times, buddy.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. Thanks for popping in, man. It's great to hear from you. Great to see you. It's been a while since I've been able to hang out, bub. The Great Flash, ladies and gentlemen, from my good old days riding shotgun with me on BTR. He doesn't hang out with me much anymore because he just really doesn't like me anymore. Let's just be honest. That's why he doesn't. But he pops in sometimes just to make me feel better, which is better than nothing.
Aww.
Good to see you, brother. We will say some hellos to some good friends here. The great Steve Mitchum, old friend from going back 4 of the big decades, man. One of the oldest buddies ever, and a great pal. Steve, brother, nice to see you, buddy. Tim Hayes has popped in tonight. Tim Hayes, thank you for popping in, sir. Great to see you. And the great master of wrenches, the great Chris Persia is here tonight. Chris, I'm always honored to have you, my friend. Thank you so much. The great Canadian wrench he is. And we always have that great 2-pack variety for you. Not only the amazing Mark Withersea, who's a great buddy, but the great, and he is called the great by some of the great YouTubers, the great Mark C, and sometimes partner in crime with me. Mark C, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. And I hope you're doing better. And thanks for popping in, man. You missed the igloo. Igloo. I didn't know what that is a reference to, buddy. As usual, sir, you can tell me.
I think he's talking about the old Civic Arena where the Penguins used to play.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go.
It's called the Igloo.
That's right. He does. He goes up there quite a bit. He's from up there. Yeah, my buddy Mark C. Well, there you go, man. Mystery solved. Well, everyone, this is, I cannot say enough how much fantastic fun I have had since I've been here on YouTube, and it's only been since last April. It is go Pens indeed, Mark C. It's only
go Pens.
Go Pens, and since I've left YouTube, and I've been having such a fantastic time because I have made a wonderful new YouTube family here. So many great, fantastic friends, such as Valhalla, of course, with Loki's great channel, which I'm on Tuesday nights. And he made a big announcement. We're all shocked. But his Tuesday night panel, which is basically kind of a comics type panel, on his wonderful and amazing, legendary now, YouTube channel, which everyone who has not checked it out, there's a link in the description below. Go to Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Also, he does have night shows. Tuesday nights, I'm part of that. I've been honored to be a part of that gang for the past few months now. And now he's decided, out of the goodness of his heart, and I just, Loki, we're all just so touched that you've done this. We're going to, the Tuesday night comic show, he's decided to move it around to alternate on everyone else's channel, because he's a huge channel. We're not, and he just tried to spread a little of the love there, and he certainly never had to do anything like that. We were all content to be there. So, he's just a wonderful, generous guy. He made that intro for me that with just because he wanted to, and I would never even dream of prevailing on him like that, but he did, and I guess and he's just a great guy. We love Loki, and he runs Valhalla, and he's got such a great bunch of pals. And he's taken me in, and I love those guys. I love all of them, and I will be the last. But every Tuesday night we're going to rotate it. We're going to be on Eris's channel, Fat Steven Seagal's channel, 24/7 Fusion Media's channel, and so forth. We're gonna do it on each other's channels. Each get a Tuesday night, and that's just fantastic. And Loki, again, didn't have to do that, brother. I don't know if you hear me, bro, but we love you, man, and we appreciate that. It's just too nice of you, man. So that's going to start up soon, and let's see what else is going on. Of course, again, but I'm having so much fun. I'm trying to dedicate certain and stay to a certain schedule, which I did not do very well in my many of my early months, or even for a good while here on YouTube. But I wanted to set times in stone, and I finally done that with the fantastic Raquel Briggs on Saturday nights. Our Saturday night Star Trek review. I just have a wonderful time. Doing that, hanging out. Eastland Burkholder, thank you for popping in. The great wrench of the West, Eric K, is here. Good to see you, buddy. I'm always honored to have you pop in. I'm honored to have you, Eastland, as well. A good friend of the channel from the beginning. So Saturday nights with the wonderful Raquel Bridge will continue to be our Star Trek night, reviewing all of Star Trek, all of Star Trek. And I got a little bit to say about Trek in a few minutes, but again, just big love to Raquel. We had a wonderful time this past Saturday night, and we'll be back next Saturday night it's usually 4 episodes, but we're going to treat Menagerie like a 2-parter. So we'll have 3 episodes, but 1 2-parter. And we're getting through the first season, and we're going to do it all. Original series, animated series, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise. That's where it stops. Another great old friend from the past, from the old BTR days, Almighty Sports Show. What's up, buddy? You remember him? I know you remember him, Flash.
I do. What's up?
Hey, buddy. And so Mondays that's my comics night. And right now, the wonderful Loki and Purple Valkyrie have been hanging out with me on Monday nights for that wonderful show, where we're going to do different. We've been talking about WandaVision a lot, but we're going to talk about a lot of other stuff on comics nights. Wednesday night here, I'm thinking about just using it for the open geek stuff. That's always been a staple with Clobberin times when we were on BTR. That Flash and I were just hanging out for the open geek. Now he's got hockey season, so there will be games on some Wednesday nights, but whoever wants, I'll have someone else ride with me when he can't, but I'm still want Flash to hang when he can. I'm doing a new show now, everyone, on Thursdays, but it's going to be in the daytime. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Central Time, because there are a lot of my good buddies across the pond that I've made friends with since I've been here on YouTube it's very late for them. So I'm doing an earlier show to get more reach out that way, of course. And so it's going to be 4 shows a week. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm going to do 4 of my own shows a week, and then of course the Tuesday night show with the Loki and Valhalla gang. And so again, just putting it out there. Of course, I got all kind. My problem is I got so many ideas and so many things I want to do topic shows about. I can't choose one. I can't land on one. There's so many of them that I want to do.
Oh, you think you are, man? You think you're Oprah? Yes,
I am. Except for all the money.
Got your own little media empire going?
I wouldn't know about all that now. I wouldn't go that far, buddy. Eastland Burkholder, you can rest assured Spock's brain will be covered, buddy. And, will you rue the day when it is? I mean, yes, it is. I don't know what that means, but I agree with you, Eric. Yeah. Life is good as opposed to the alternative, my friend. Gonzi, a new friend has popped in. I'm not familiar with, but Gonzi, thank you for popping in. Eric K, you going to share any of that pho? You having pho tonight, man? I know people who eat that. My son, he has it all the time. Let's see here. I keep thinking Loki is here every time you mention him. I caught a bit of his morning show this early morning. Yeah, he has a great show on every morning at 8 a.m. Loki's Mornings of Mischief. And of course, he's the Tuesday night show with comics. And of course, I think tonight, he plays some gaming stuff. And then on Thursday nights with the great Adega Outlaw, they have a great spooky story show that they do on Thursday nights. But, that's the thing about it, Flash. There's so much entertainment, so many people streaming on YouTube now. And
it's limitless.
It really is, man. It's brought to you by Ekim Productions. Oh man, there you go. Eric K. Cuba Libre is a drink, rum and coke with. Well, I'm a 12-year-old, Eric. I don't know much about drinks, man. I got to admit, I don't indulge in the adult beverages because I'm not an adult, and everyone knows that. I probably never will be one. And But yeah, Almighty, dude. Again, I miss you, bro. I'm sorry about what happened with your Browns there, man. And I would like to say I'm sorry to even though I gave up football, even I'm pissed off about for the football world having to see Tom Brady in another fucking Super Bowl
on his home turf.
Oh, the first time, yeah. All right, look, let's be a conspiracy wacko since I'm pissed off at the NFL anyway, and I'll get to other stuff in a
Go
second.
ahead.
All right.
Nutcase.
The first time, this 55 fucking Super Bowls. It's the 55th Super Bowl. The only guy ever to host one in his own home stadium will be Tom Brady. Now, I've talked about this for decades, and people, no, they can't really laugh because it's still true so far. I believe the NFL would up until now that this is a special case because we know what's going on in times with the COOF and all that stuff. But before this, and you've heard me say it many times, Flash, the NFL would never allow in a normal time a team to host the Super Bowl. Ain't gonna friggin' happen. It ain't. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a microphone problem. Okay.
You blew it out.
Yep, I had a door to shut. All right, everyone. The NFL hates Tom Brady. Well, they sure make rules to keep his ass alive. I mean, look, he's always called the GOAT. He's about to play in his 10th Super Bowl. He's won 6. You give him all the congrats and everything, but the rules have gotten softer and softer. That protected him more and more. He is great. There's no question about it. But he hasn't. He's never going to take. Never has. Never will take the kind of pounding that the Staubachs and the Unitas and the Bradshaws and even the Montanas had to take. Anyway, so along comes Tom Brady, and for the first time, a Super Bowl will be played by a home team. Of course, it happens in the COOF era. Just saying, guys. Just saying. I'm not gonna say anymore. Just think about that. Because look, I give up the NFL. I'm pissed off at him, but even I kind of watched a little bit of those. Since my team pissed me off a lot, my Saints, for what they did to me, I kind of just tuned out. But I did watch a couple of those championship games, and I watched Tom Brady. I mean, look, that game wasn't fixed. I mean, the Packers played absolute garbage. Rodgers choked. And that secondary whiffed on a couple of plays, and Brady will kill you if you whiff on a receiver. That's totally fine. But it is funny how people play like shit against him in the playoffs. The guy's won like 30-something playoff games. It's an incredible record. And he's about to have 7 fucking Super Bowl rings. I don't know. I think Kansas City might beat him. But you can't count on that. So go Kansas City, and actually, look, I'm kidding. I joke about that, but Brady, hey, look, give him his credit. If he wins, he wins. Yeah. Actually, no quarterback calls any plays now. Well, 99% are by the coaches. Yeah, Peyton Manning was the last guy to call his own plays for the most part. Nobody else does it, and I don't think Brady does it. But even I, who's pissed off at the NFL, will probably watch that fucking game out of curiosity. Or go to a Super Bowl party where I can hang out with people and whatever.
That's all it's about anymore anyway.
Yeah, that's all it's about. Again, you knew that look, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Well, let's see here. I'm not going to start a big old fuss over it, because we've already done a show about it. But yesterday was the 20th anniversary of one of my all-time favorite shows. And a show that Flash likes a lot, too. Star Trek Enterprise. Let's see here. Clobberin.
20 years. I had to do a double take when I saw that.
Yeah, they had to watch it. Get canceled on to have him retire. Yeah, well. He brought a lot of garbage on himself, and Drew Brees destroyed football for me. Thanks, Drew. And he was my hero. But anyway, I won't go into that anymore because it's too depressing. But yeah, 20 years, man, for Enterprise, buddy. Wow,
that's crazy. I didn't think that was right. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, it can't be 20.
That's right.
There's no way it's 20.
Yeah. Yeah, man, 20 years. Yeah, I believe
Insane.
yesterday. It really is. And as I've said many times, again, I love the show a lot. I know I think it's the most unfairly abused show I've ever seen. Even still to this day, it's the redheaded stepchild of Star Trek, even though you have all those filthy fake Treks like the garbage Jar Jar Abrams trash movies and his bad reboot Clerksman crap like STD and P Hard and Lower Decks. Those are filth. I love Enterprise. It has its faults. All shows do. Look, I love the original series, the best of all. There's some bad episodes. I love the animated series. Not all of the episodes are great. I've grown a new love and a respect for TNG over the years. I really, really like Deep Space Nine a lot, and they're not perfect either. They have bad episodes also, and so does not the biggest Voyager guy, but Voyager has a few okay ones. So nothing's perfect, but I love Enterprise. It has its faults. The movies aren't perfect either, by the way, and we're going to review all those. But I do love the show, and I'm one of those weirdos, Flash, because this is the common refrain you hear about Enterprise from people who are being kind to it. They'll say stuff like, "Yeah, I'll admit Enterprise finally got good in the 4th season." I don't agree with that. I mean, I like the 4th season. I liked it from get-go. Now, again, is it perfect? No, but there are a lot of good episodes early on that people just discard for some reason, and there are a lot of good episodes in the 2nd season, in my opinion. And I don't like the Xindi story arc that much, but there are a lot of good standalone episodes in that season because I think the show had great characters. And I remember because at the time I was not a big fan of the Berman Star Trek. I didn't watch DS9 that much. Next Gen I wasn't watching that much anymore. I didn't watch Voyager much, and so when this thing came on, I saw, wait a minute, the Quantum Leap guy, nah, a prequel 100 years before.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the prequel? Nah. 100 years before Kirk? Nah. So I'm walking out of the house the day it was supposed to come on. Remember those old things called VCRs? Remember those, right?
I do.
You remember VHS, right? So the day
I remember Beta.
Yeah, Beta VHS. Well, I walked out, and before I walked out, I went to work that day, which I didn't. I walked back in. And I set my recorder to record. I said, what the hell? I'll watch it. I watched the pilot of all the other ones. It's going to suck. I don't care. And then I watched the pilot. That when I got home, and I was it perfect? No, but I liked the characters in me. I said, wow, I like the Quantum Leap guy all of a sudden. I was not a Quantum. Look, everyone, I understand how popular Quantum Leap is, and a lot of people love it, and that's fine. It was not my bag. I have a lot of reasons why I have problems with it, which I don't need to go into here, but it's popular and it's a well-loved show. That's fantastic. It's not my bag. And I was not thrilled that the Quantum Leap dude was going to be a Star Trek captain. Loved him immediately. I now love Archer. And before I get back to Enterprise, yeah, I'm with you there. Absolutely. Absolutely, Eric. Mark C. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. I'll be done with Enterprise in a second. I want to get to those birthdays there. Thanks, Mark. So I appreciate that, buddy. We're all about comics here, man. So I liked it and never looked back. It had its faults. And then I started seeing all these people trashing it and hating it, man. I said, wow, the people really. I mean, I thought here I'm liking it, and I start seeing like these message boards and things like that, and it's just getting a lot of hate on this show. People are really going on. So what about you, Flash? How'd you start with it?
I did start with it. Yeah, I started with it. From the beginning? First episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Much like you. I think I recorded it that day because I had to work that day. So pretty much the same story. I think I feel pretty much the same way you do about it. I like it. When it got into story arcs, it would tend to lose me sometimes. Yeah. Because the story arcs that they did weren't necessarily riveting all the time. Or they were a big letdown. I remember, when they were doing The Expanse, they're like, oh, it's going to be crazy. You know how they talk it up. It's going to be crazy. You're going to see stuff you've never seen before. It's a place where no rules apply. Anything can happen. And it turned out to be like oh, did you see that bubble go across the plate decks? That was weird. And that was kind of as far as it went, as far as anything goes. Just like a really cheap, bubble effect going across the plate decks. I'm like, oh okay. The Zindi storyline, by the time it ended, I wanted to hang myself. I'm like, can we just wrap this up, please? But in the grand scheme of things, I like it. Yeah, I'm like you. I think the characters outweigh the bad elements of the show. Not that there were a lot of bad elements in the show, but for me, it tended to get bogged down in story arcs that kind of either went on too long or kind of went nowhere. But it never became unwatchable, simply because of the characters. The characters were enjoyable.
Yes.
It wasn't groundbreaking or anything. It didn't do anything that Star Trek hadn't already done.
True.
But the characters were different enough. I mean, they were all different enough from everybody you had seen before. Nobody was really like anybody else that you'd seen. You couldn't say, "Oh, well, this show's Riker and this is this show's Worf." No, they were all unique, new characters, and that's what kept me watching. Because, like I said,
the characters, great characters.
Story arcs, the story arcs tended to fall flat more often than not. I'm not a big fan of story arcs in sci-fi shows.
Me either. Really, it just depends.
They tend to get lost along the way, and drag it out. And so I'm more of a standalone story kind of guy. Or if you're going to do a story arc, wrap it up fast. Let's wrap this up. Let's not drag this out all season long. But for the most part, it's in my top 3 Star Trek shows. Actually, I'm gonna say there's only 3 Star Trek shows that I do like. So,
I didn't think there were 3.
Original, Enterprise, and Next Gen. So,
gotcha.
There's 3. There's 3. I don't love Next Gen. It's okay. I think it's kind of overrated a little bit. It was on for 7 years, and there's more episodes that I hate than I like, but there's enough that I like that I'll watch the show. The others I can't stand. I can't stand Voyager. I can't stand Deep Space Nine.
I love Deep Space Nine.
So
can't argue too much about Voyager. Yeah. Hey, don't forget the animated series.
But
animated series.
I'm on the outskirts. I hate the animated show.
You shall be destroyed for this, sir.
I do. I hate it. I hate it much.
Dude.
I hate it. I'm sorry. I know I'm the outcast. I know I'm on this island all by myself, but I hate it.
We forgive you.
It's just this
a little bit
cheap ass animation, and everybody sounds like they're sleeping.
I love it. But yeah,
like, can you wake the cast up? Can they not phone this in so much, please?
They didn't do that.
Yeah,
that's a good story. I thought. I knew I should have mentioned that.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Never my fave.
I forgot how you were on that. Mando Mark, thanks for popping in, buddy. Great to see you, my friend. Mark C. Dear Mr. Berman, on behalf of all Trek fans, we are so sorry. We were wrong. We didn't know how bad it could get. Please forgive us and come back. Hey, I would take Berman back in a heartbeat, buddy.
Yeah, he's like, miss me now?
Yeah, that's the ultimate. Hey, miss me now? Yeah, I criticized Berman a little bit. But for the most part, I like a lot of it. I love Deep Space Nine and most of it, and I'm even softer on Voyager than I used to be, and I like TNG better than I used to in the old days. So I miss him, and I loved Enterprise. Even though I have a lot of problems with it, but I miss him. So, quick thing to address before we get back to that. Again, Mando Mark, I appreciate you popping in, sir. Happy birthday! Wow. To the great, one of the few comic book legends still alive from the great Silver Age, of course, John Romita Sr. John Romita Sr. is one of my favorites. Not too long ago, the great Mark C. and I did our top 25 all-time favorite comic book artists. He's on my list. I do believe he was on Mark's. Also, the the great, and I always thought underrated Sal Buscema, our pal Sal Buscema. Yeah. And Steve Lealoha was never that big.
Sal.
I liked Sal.
I like Sal.
Yeah, I loved him on Rom and Hulk.
Yeah.
Rom, yeah. But he gets, and he was, and did a lot of other stuff, but he gets kind of beat up on a little bit. In other words, I love John.
Yeah.
Maybe John was better a little bit. I like Sal.
I'm like you. I liked his Hulk, and I loved Rom.
Yeah.
But I like Sal.
Good old Sal. Yeah. So thanks for that. And I was never a big Lealoha guy, but too much. I know he did Spider-Woman for a while, but nevertheless, Lealoha, happy birthday. Because at least he's a comic book artist from the old days, and we don't have comic book artists anymore. We don't have comic art anymore, pretty much. Third season Enterprise.
Larry Hama.
What's that now?
Did you say Larry Hama?
No, Steve Lealoha. He was an artist. From
okay. Yeah. I don't know why I heard Larry Hama.
I don't know. I'm not sure. He wasn't an artist. He was a writer.
I know. I'm like.
Yep. I used to order things from eBay off of his eBay store all the time many years ago. Larry Hama. Third season of Enterprise is much better when you binge watch it. Yeah, I have look. The Xindi arc I had a lot of issues with, but there's some great standalone episodes in season 3 of Enterprise, in my opinion. Voyager got good when 7 of 9 came aboard. Oh well, yeah, for obvious reasons. Tough to argue with, buddy. I hated the whole time thing. Xindi sucked. Yeah, well, the whole temporal Cold War they really botched. I thought. The standalones. There's some great standalones in all the seasons. Yeah, well, I'm totally with you there, Eric K. I love Jolene and Linda. Hey, Dave Bob. All right, my good friend Dave Bob. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Yeah. Oh, what's where we at? I agree with that, Mark. See, Sal Buscema was excellent on Thor. He did a lot. He did some good Avengers also. He was good on Avengers. I mean, look, I probably lean towards John, his big brother John, but I love Sal, man. Check my email. If I can get to my email, I don't even have it pulled up. I'll have to see if I can.
You have mail.
Steve mentioned my wife wanted to know what the heck I was watching when she saw 7 on the screen. Dear, it's Trek, not Cinemax at night. Yeah, it wasn't Skinemax, huh, brother? Larry Hama was very much an artist. He was drawing iron. Yeah, he did. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, you don't run afoul of Mark C. Yeah, but he was mostly known for his writing. I know he did art. Sorry. I hope you'll forgive me, Mark. You're right, Mark C. Damn, he's on me. Man, he likes to stay on me, dude. You can't, I mean, he never makes exceptions for an old man's memory. He'll be old one day. He's old right now, really. Mark C, you're getting old, man. Just saying, buddy. Been seeing some gray. Just saying. Oh, dear. Can't stand Scott Bakula.
Larry Hama did G.I. Joe, right?
Yes, he wrote G.I. Joe. And he did do some art. I apologize, Marcy.
He made me some money. The most money I made on comic books, believe it or not, that I took to Ide's Comics in Pittsburgh was off of G.I. Joe. I know that sounds nuts.
Really?
But I made some money off of G.I. Joe comics.
You and Mark
C.
They
were a hot item at one point.
Well, you and Mark C. might have went to the same comic shop a lot.
Yeah. Ide's in Pittsburgh. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was like, you seriously? The G.I. Joes are what you want? Yeah, man. They scarfed them up.
And that's true. He is still writing G.I. Joe. We bumped in. We saw him the last con we went to, or maybe the second last con my buddies and I went to. And down here, it was either this year or last year, whichever one that was. No, I think it was. He was at a con down here in Louisiana either this year or last year. 1 or 2 cons ago, the little small cons. Guess who's here, man? Guess who's here? The great. Just Joe 47, which AKA the Jobber, man. Jobber.
Jobber.
What's up, brother? And another fantastic, great old friend of mine, Ace Cast Iron. Serpentator Saga was a much better in the comics. Well, there you go. Did someone bring that one up? I may have missed it though.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Brett Cohen, thank you for being here. By the way, I mean to miss you there. And I like the Brett. I just can't stand Scott Bakula as an actor. So never gave. Well, he wasn't on Voyager, my friend. He was on Enterprise. But there, just he may have meant Enterprise and just put Voyager by mistake. Yes. The Serpentator saga was that? What's that from? Sounds familiar. I'm drawing a blank on that. Give me some old man memory time again.
Me too.
So now I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you say you sold a bunch of your G.I. Joes?
Yeah. I don't even know why I had them. This was back in the 80s.
Serpentor. Sorry. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad to see Ace Cast Iron here. That's for sure. But yeah, man, 20 years old. Enterprise is 20 years old. Dude, I can't. So you might say that sounds like a long time. It seems like it's been a long road. It's been a long time. No, it seems like not long enough for me. You know why?
Because of all the shit that came after.
Okay, so I never read that. Thank you, Mark. See, I never read the G.I. Joe comics. Never. Not me. It wasn't my thing back then. Remember? Kate Mildew. I'm sorry. Hey. Serpentor was the Cobra Emperor on G.I. Joe. Never watched the cartoon. Never read the comics. A lot of my friends love it. I just never did. Apparently, you did too. Just did not buy it. I sold a hell of a lot of them, but I didn't buy it. Wasn't my thing. I feel bad about it. I'm sorry. I repent, but there's only so much I can do. Kate Mildew did not like Star Trek. Never had seen any. I heard before she got her captain's chair. Yeah, it could have been Genevieve Bujold, but didn't work out. Just enjoying a day off. Never read the G.I. comics, but as a kid in the 80s, but loved the cartoon. The character and all that is based on Larry Hama himself. Okay. Yeah. Kate Mildew. Oh, shit. When Cobra gets a bunch of old heroes, DNA, and makes... Okay. Well, you guys got... you got me, man. It's not a comic I ever read. Sorry.
I'll tell you the issue that got me the most money was it was a silent issue. There was no dialogue in the issue whatsoever.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it just focused on Snake Eyes, who of course never spoke, so there wasn't a single word balloon in the entire issue. And yeah, it was a hot ticket. I was stunned. I was surprised.
Yeah. Oh, did you see this? Oh, let's go back. Mark with a C. My buddy's mom threw out a box of his comics, including Hulk 181. Holy shit, man. Sorry, brother. Wow. Just wow.
So I take it they're not speaking anymore.
Well, my friends, back in the 70s, when my parents got religion, they made me burn my goddamn comics when I was a kid. And, because they went to start going to stupid Holy Roller Church where they burned records and shit like that.
Wait. Like literally burn them? You're not speaking figuratively?
Yeah, I'm not talking about John Byrne either.
Like set fire to them.
Set fire to them in a can. I've told you this before, a long time ago, probably. I
don't remember that.
Not kind of thing you that you try to you tell most people. It's pretty embarrassing. But yes, this was in the mid 70s or something like that. in a big old can in the backyard, and I hid a bunch of them and I stashed some shit. I didn't have a lot of room, and I couldn't hide many of them, so I got all my Fantastic Fours. And I tried to hide like stuff that I really loved, and put shit that I really didn't care as much for. But they made me burn. I burned a bunch of them. They made me, God damn it! Yeah, they did.
I don't remember that story.
I could have sworn I've told you that before. Maybe it's just it's like it's a buried, repressed memory. So yeah, the silent G.I. Joe issues. 21. It was drawn by Larry Hama. Excellent. So not Don Perlin or Herb Trimp then. There you go. Lost all mine in a fire. Oh, damn, dude. Mine was a forest fire. I had to be the Human Torch. Never came back to clean up his room after he moved out. His aunt worked for WIPLJ. Man, and he had hundreds of the King Mystic Flower Hour vinyl records in the show. She tossed those to holy shit. Yeah, still a bunch of Bronze Age comics. Well, my boy Mark C had a humongous collection of epic proportions, and in the 2000 he lost it. And it's a bad memory for him, but he's talked about it a lot here. He lost it in the 2016 flood. A great collection that we've talked about. So, and then there's my buddy Tex, who lost almost all of his. You remember, Tex. He lost not just comics, but all of his other. He had a house full of geek stuff you would not believe. Almost all of it was eaten up by Katrina. My ex made my son throw his Bone and Bigfoot Bill comics in a fire. Supposedly, it had sorcery in it. I called her a fascist. Damn straight, Mark C. Let's see here. Whew. He lost about 15,000 comics, not counting trades. Jesus Christ, man. This chat moves on me here. I lost all of my Treasury editions somewhere along the line. Yeah, I still have all my Treasury editions, man. But yeah, there's some stuff I lost along the line too, or end up having to sell. I will not. Look, you think the fire story is tragic? I got a worse one that I'm not even going to talk about because it'll traumatize me, about what happened to a certain beloved comic book that I had to end up selling, and I sold like a jackass in the 90s, a certain collection that I hate myself to this day for selling. At least I didn't destroy it, but I wish I hadn't sold it. Yeah, like
you can't leave that hanging. What was it?
Tex lost an amazing Sanctum Sanctorum, and man, it was just, if you saw that place, I think Ace has seen it. All the shit that man lost. Oh my God, it's not a wonder he went nuts, and he was already nuts. I love you, Tex, but you're nuts. My mom threw out all my comics starting from 1963 to 1975 when I went into the Army. Damn it, Dave, Bob. I guess we all have we got a lot of lost comic stories here, don't we, man? Come insure a comic book collection. Can one insure? Yeah, yes, you can. You can. Went to Catholic school, and my mom's had a meeting and wanted to ban us from playing D&D. Yeah, I remember I remember all the D&D furor back in the 80s. How it was demonic. Yes, Tex did make his own tradies. Oh, man. So, yeah, everyone's had comics tragedies. Okay, it was my Fantastic Four collection. I sold it in the 90s, right after I was in the midst of a divorce. I had not a great copy, mind you, but I had Fantastic Four #1. It was a terrible copy, but it was a Fantastic Four #1. I had an FF number 4. I had a 5, 6, 7, and I had a pretty much perfect copy of 9. Then I had lesser copies, and my gaps were sporadic between 1 and about issue 40 something. I had sporadic gaps. From there, 40 something, I have every annual, and I had every issue of Fantastic Four. And I cut it off at 250, and because that was at the point where I'd stopped collecting. I didn't like a lot of the stuff after 250. So from FF 1 to 250, I had maybe 30 or 40 gaps that I was filling slowly. And just going through a bad time. I'd give anything if I had not fucking sold them. I probably could have found some other way. I needed the money, but I mean, I could have got by. I could have probably, I didn't really have to. D.D. Myers, thanks for popping in, my friend. So there you go. And it hurts to talk about. I mean, it kills me, man. It's FF, dude. Because by now I would have had it completed. Yeah, in fact, by a long time ago, I would have had it completed, if you know what I mean. Eric K, yep. I discovered that a wheelbarrow can hold 2.5 long.
Really sold it.
Yep, absolutely. Wet Comics and box. Losing my autographed copy of Burning Bright's Frankenstein hurt the worst. Oh, hell yeah, man. Damn, dude. Mark the Infinitely Tired popped in. Now I don't know how I got us on comic book sob stories, man. And they hurt. I lost all my football and baseball cards from when I was a kid, the same fire. Shit. I made the mistake of looking up one card before. Oh, God damn it, dude. Damn, I hear you, man. D.D. Myers. Oh, nice. Again, nice to have you. Thank you, D.D. The great Mark the Infinitely Tired. Sold my original collection but my also, I guess, let's see. But my wife's engagement ring. Oh, but my wife's engagement ring and finance. Yeah. Or honeymoon. Oh, I think you mean and your wife's engagement ring to finance a honeymoon back in 1995. She bought them all back for me as an anniversary present. Well, that at least has a good ending to that story, Mark. Glad to hear it, brother. Straight run of Uncanny X-Men 1 through I forgot the number. Thinking the 300s. Wow. Nice. Damn, dude. But yeah, Mark C and Tex, those and Eric, those are the ones that, natural disasters. I mean, I lost my shit because I'm a dumbass. Those guys lost it because of shitty goddamn natural disasters, and it sucks. Damn it. Or disasters. I don't know how natural they were. They were just disasters. But that's a big bummer. So, shit. Oh, wow. Dave Bob had a Spider-Man number 1. Not a Phasing Fantasy 15, but you still... A Spider-Man number 1 is... Amazing Spider-Man 1 is pretty damn good. Damn, dude. That's right. That is true. That's a good woman. What's the basement? Kidding, Louisiana. We have them in our houses. Them or our houses would flood. Oh shit, man! Comic sob stories. Everybody's got them. Everybody has that one comic, whether it was when in a flood or a fire, or you sold it when you wish you hadn't been able to, or your mom threw it out, or whatever. Everybody's got those, man. If you love comics, everybody's got them. Damn it! Well, I brought them all down, didn't I?
Yeah, man. What a bummer.
Sorry to be bummering everybody, man. Let's talk about something positive and fun. Well, here's something kind of positive and fun. I don't know. Look, when all the shit that you love has been pretty much destroyed, if you're a big fan of multi-type IPs, like in my case, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, comics, and all that kind of crap, it's rare that you get to kind of look forward to something. Well, I'm not saying this is going to be great, but I gotta tell you, I'm kind of looking forward to Godzilla versus Kong. Did you see the trailer, by the way?
I did.
I don't know what you thought of it, man, but I kind of think it looks like it could be fun. I mean, maybe not, but it looks pretty fun. What do you think of the trailer?
Honestly, didn't have any reaction. It was like, oh, okay. That's not good or bad. You know what I mean? It was just like I watched it and it was like, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah. I have that problem. I think we discussed before, and it's the same problem you have. I remember as a kid watching Godzilla movies, and it was like when Godzilla wasn't there, it was so boring, and it was just like, oh, can we just get to Godzilla, please? And I'm just worried it's going to be one of those. You know what I mean? I'm just worried it's going to be that. Just a lot of blah 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 blah, and then all the action will happen in the last 20 or 30 minutes of the movie. I hope not. I've just got that bad feeling.
Oh, it's always a concern. I mean, it's absolutely, it's a legitimate concern, no question about it. But this made it look like it could be fun. We're gonna probably have Mecha Godzilla in there.
Sure. You know? Yeah. I'm not trying to sound like a downer or anything. I'm just.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm just,
I hear you.
Kind of learned my lesson from these movies, and it's like, well, what with that first legendary Godzilla, he's in it maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, that I couldn't stand. I hated that.
And it's like, oh my god.
I did enjoy Kong Skull Island a bit, and I kind of enjoyed King of the Monsters. I thought they were okay enough leading up to this. I mean, I was fine with them. They were at least they had more monster stuff. Yeah, they had more monster stuff.
Yeah, I like Skull Island. I haven't seen King of the Monsters yet.
Well, it's kind of split up. I liked King of the Monsters. I thought there was a lot more monster stuff that, and it did a lot better in the monster department in terms of giving us more of that, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. So, and I like Skull. So we've got two movies that I thought were decent setup. So this one, it looks like it's not going to be what you're saying. In other words, it looks like
not.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, believe me, look, legit concern. Mark C says, I enjoyed Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, and it was good. And I love Godzilla King of the Monsters. Looking forward to this. I didn't like 2014 at all. I hated it, but I'm with you. I really liked Skull Island, and I liked King of the Monsters. So I'm with you there, Mark. And I got hope for this one. And here's what happened today. One of the great YouTube channels, which I'm a big fan of, Midnight's Edge After Dark, they did their daily stream, and their title was Godzilla versus Kong pushed back. And I'm like, oh, God damn it, not again. They keep pushing shit back. But I looked into it because I'd missed it and they had the great ads from Heel versus Babyface on there. It turns out it is pushed back, but only 1 week.
That's weird. I wonder why a week.
I think because of some do with the Snyder Cut release thingy. So yeah, so 1 week, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm talking if it's back to May or June, then I'm gonna go. That's it. I'm gonna stop looking forward to shit because every time we look forward to any fucking thing now, it gets jacked back 5 months. So, let's see here, Eric. Any word of when the Grape Ape movie is coming out? I will keep you posted, sir. Underdog. There's already been some weird new Underdog movies, hasn't there?
Yeah, they did one. It was like came and went fast.
So this one looks fun. And again, it could be the worst crap ever. So far, though, even though I hated 2014, I really liked Kong Skull Island. I really liked King of the Monsters. So we could, I'm letting myself and a big reason I'm letting myself look forward to it because I can't. I mean, I just never anything else to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai season 4, but that's a long way. I love Cobra Kai. I want to see more of it. And if you said, "Well, what else are you looking forward to?" I got nothing. I can't think of anything I'm looking forward to now.
Got nothing.
I got nothing. Yeah, Mark C. I've heard that as well. There's been talk of a Godzilla Pacific Rim. I like the first Pacific Rim. I never watched the second one, but I'd be game to get the right director. Yeah, like that. Me Too, James Bond. No time to Die Hard has been pushed, but yet no time to release. Apparently, that's been pushed back 4 times. Yes, it's going back to like October now. I think they're reshooting a lot of crap. Well, Dave Bob's got it now, man. Look, that's the next film they got to make, Hong Kong Phooey. But without Scatman Crothers, though, Dave Bob, are you without Scatman Crothers, buddy? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know, man. I'm afraid even I just don't know. So what about you, Flash? You got anything you're looking forward to? I mean, that you're excited about?
I got nothing.
Except hockey, of course.
That's it. That's all I got.
Go Pens. No.
It's my life. That's my life, man. But yeah, seriously,
God,
yeah.
damn it, man.
It's like, that's all I got.
Yeah, because it's going to be a long time before we get another Mandalorian season, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be forever. I don't know when that's coming on. I mean, coming
It's
out.
like December for Book of Boba Fett.
Right.
And this is just now, just at the end of January. So that's quite a wait. So, pretty much, Penguins hockey, phase 2 of cabin construction when the weather breaks, and some muskie fishing this summer, and that's pretty much it.
It is a bear cupboard for us geeks. Keely Chow, roll tide, Keely Chow. He says.
But the good part is that it keeps that's a lot. Keeps me busy.
May the Jets never hoist Lord Stanley's cup.
Amen, brother.
Would that be the
I
Winnipeg
don't think
Jets?
you have to worry about that. Winnipeg Jets, yeah.
I like Keely Chow, even though I'm an LSU guy. I still say, out of respect for you, I always say roll tide for you, my friend. Even though Saban can go straight to hell. Just kidding, buddy. I'm not excited about hockey because Jonathan Hasey Toes is out with some illness or condition, won't be back for the Blackhawks for a couple of months. Yes, that's right. I forgot our buddy Jobber's a Blackhawks fan. Any other hockey fans out there?
That's a big blow.
Yeah.
We had a weird story break with Penguins hockey today where our general manager just suddenly resigned. Just suddenly.
Weird.
Just like quits. And I'm like, So I don't know if it's I don't know if it's health issues because he's up there. He's of advanced years, so I don't know if it's something health related or he knew the axe was coming. I have no idea, but yeah, it was kind of a big shocker.
Damn.
But at the same time, it's like it's only a general manager. Who gives a shit?
Go Tigers indeed, Dave Bob. Well, have you, Flash, question from Mark C., ever been to New Dimension Comics in Homestead, Pennsylvania at the waterfront?
No, I have not. I've heard him mention it a couple times, but I've not been there.
Oh, man, greatest dollar long box section ever. Damn, I want to go there now, dude. Christ. And I take it they are open even at this present time there, Mark C.? That would be cool.
No, I know where Homestead is.
That's right. He's told me about that. He has told me about that before. They've been that's where he gets a lot of cool stuff there. Nothing like going through the dollar boxes, but I love dollar boxes. Yeah, so that sounds like a cool
I'm telling you, at some point we got to put it on our bucket list. Me, you, and Mark C will have to hit Ides. Dude,
I love it. I would love it. I'd drive up there when we're allowed to drive and go places and stuff. Well, we are. I mean, we can drive anywhere now. I'll never fly anywhere again.
Pennsylvania's still kind of a mess right now, but
they're open.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but he says they're open. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dave, Bob, go Tigers. We had we had the 2019 team. That'll be the best thing that'll ever happen to LSU and ever. So let's see. They have hundreds, maybe thousands of dollar boxes. Holy crap.
This is Homestead.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Bruce Lombardo. Okay. Oh, well, dude, Bruce, I tell you what, man. I did not know you were doing any streaming. Please put a link to your channel, or if anyone can get a link to Bruce's channel so anyone can go subscribe to him. Bruce, I did not know you're doing a live show yourself, sir. I know you're a big comics guy. So if anyone can find a link or whatever to please and also everyone, I have a lot of links in my description below to a lot of other great YouTube channels of some great friends of mine. If any of you have not yet subscribed to them, my great retro blasting buddies and Lokis and the wonderful Valkyries and many, many more. Oh, and as I mentioned, one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about all the programming notes, Friday I will be a guest of the lovely, beautiful Rise of the Valkyries show on their show on Friday morning. I'm honored to have been asked on there by the lovely ladies, the wonderful Purple Valkyrie and the wonderful Samantha Joe. So I'll be on there with them again tomorrow, continuing my experimental daytime show at 3 p.m. For Thursdays. And so we'll see. Good to see how that works out.
You in demand and everything.
Oh, nah. I don't know why they asked me on there. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Not demand. I don't know. But I do love them. They're beautiful ladies. Absolutely. And I've been having so much fun. I have to talk about people who kill orcs and Dungeons and Dragons and how they're not racist or anything like that. Those racist. Oh, look, Persia, you're the man, the greatest one of the master wrenches there. Chris Persia, thank you. There's please anyone go subscribe to Bruce's channel. He's been a cool dude. He's always cool popping in and stuff like that, and we appreciate you, brother. They are something. I love the Valkyries. And Purple Valkyrie, of course, was on with me Monday night with Loki Monday night. So but yeah, got a lot of stuff. Again, there's Flash is just I never know what I want to do next. And as far as like in other words, Saturday Night's in stone. I'm gonna be that's already set for the next 20,000 years because we're gonna
20,000 years.
Guess how long it takes to review Trek now. But I'm just saying the wonderful and fantastic Raquel and I will be reviewing Trek, so we're set in stone. We know what we're doing there. My Monday night comic show, like I say, Loki's been popping in on me, popping and hanging out with me, and I love having him on me, him hanging out with me, and Purple panel with us this week. So the Monday's comic show, yes, we did WandaVision then, but that's not going to be lasting much longer. So I want to do more comic topics, and Wednesday I want to keep kind of open like this. Thursday will be open, but it'll be earlier in the day and try to see if I can see a bunch of our wonderful, not just our friends across the pond, but also our friends across the pond as well, popping in. So coming up with topics is the thing for them. Like I said, pretty soon I'm going to do a Starlog show, a show about Starlog. Remember Starlog magazine? We've talked about it before. And Mark C and I have talked about. Well, Mark C and I have done some comic book reviews, and we've talked about. We've been planning, but he's busy, I'm busy, and I've been just never get a chance to read it. But we've been wanting to review Simonson's Thor run, which is a real long run. We will do that one day, Mark. See if you're still game for it, man. I still got to go back and read the rest of it. I don't know how up to date you are, but again, you're a busy man. It's never any pressure, but that is one thing, Mark C. But there's some other comic book topics too that I want to tackle with you as well. And Dave Bob. Well, who doesn't love the Valkyries? Yeah, we have some Valkyries fans here, I see. Dave Bob's my brother there, and my Louisiana brothers, in fact. So, but yeah, I got so many different topics. Yeah, I still have all my star logs. I stopped collecting comics in the 80s. Well, you stopped at a good time. Yeah. So did Flash, I think. Modern comics
Would have
sucked.
been early to mid 90s, right after the Clone Saga.
Oh yeah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to embarrass the hell. No, I'm not, because you can't be embarrassed. Flash.
Go ahead, see if I care.
More rare than a fucking unicorn, folks. I have here, and you may launch your derisive and mockery at him full-fledged.
Go ahead.
The only of two people I've ever met that likes this fucking Spider-Man Clone Saga.
Who's two? Who's the other one?
I can't remember his name.
Okay. I thought it was somebody we knew.
You kind of do, but I don't want to say his name here.
You're not going to throw him under the bus?
Nah, he's just it was a dork. No, oh, hell no. It's
Claude, isn't it?
It's a guy I used to do a show with way back that was part of the fan that was the Fan Central thing. In fact, we did a whole. He always wanted me to do a show where he defended it. I'm like, you don't have to defend it to me. It was before you. It was right before
he was looking for a fight, isn't he?
Yeah, you might not remember him then, because it might have been before you and I were doing shows. But it was a long time ago. He and I did. We both had shows, and so we did a Crisis on Infinite podcast show. I have a lot of. I'm that Crisis on Infinite Earth's basher, and he loves it. So we did a lead in one. We did like a couple hours on his show, and then we would crossover, being a crossover event. We thought that was cute. And then on the next show, so both shows we debated it. Yeah, the pros and cons of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And so I took up the unpopular position of criticizing it, because it is very popular. So yeah, but anyway,
never read it.
You are a fan of the Spidey Clone Saga, and even though I fuck with you about it, of course, not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's an unpopular opinion. Well,
it's funny you mentioned that. Why wouldn't all these men love the Valkyries? Yeah. Oh, man. Well, we love redheads. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that term. You actually.
Yeah, I have one.
No, well, because a show I'm planning. In fact, I was planning it last Monday, and then I needed to switch it because of WandaVision. I'm planning a show called My Unpopular Opinions. Well, My Unpopular Geek Opinions, because I have. I don't know who has more, me or you. And you're welcome to do that one with me, by the way.
I don't know. It's probably a dead heat. It's probably pretty even.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that. You can only really do it with either one or two people, because as soon as you do it, and people, our buddies in the chat will go, "Wow, you motherfucker, you don't like that," and you'll get going. It'll take you 5 hours on one opinion.
Oh yeah.
You got to kind of be able to jump. And I will write them down so I won't forget any. But I have some. I know it's a shocker. I know that, but I have some unpopular opinions. I think most people do, don't they? I mean, I know we both do. What about everybody in the chat? Do any of you have unpopular? You don't have to tell me what they are right now, because I'll save it when we do a show. But anyone just say yes if you have one or two or a few unpopular opinions. Something you think either sucks that everyone likes, or vice versa. You like it and everyone thinks it sucks. Or the majority. All you hear is people trash. Sort of like Enterprise. Yeah, there are a bunch of us that actually do love it and we defend it. But there are a lot of people out there that it takes a pounding from a lot of people. Well, there you go.
Does it really? I never paid much attention. I didn't realize it caught that much out.
Oh, it really does. I've been fighting it for years. Let's see. Matrix sucks. I like the Matrix movie, but there you go. Game of Thrones sucks. Now, Game of Thrones sucks would be even more unpopular if a lot of people who were fans of it didn't hate the ending. A lot of people hate the way it ended, but Oh, here we go. Mark with a C. I like the Superior Spider-Man run. But F you to I agree. I didn't like his Superior Spider-Man when I read of it, but I do agree with F you Dan Slott, but don't feel bad, Mark with a C, because Dan Slott wrote some comics I actually loved, but it was a long time ago, and I hate Dan. Dan Slott's a piece of crap. But I'm embarrassed to admit I like some of his fucking comics. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sin Escape, that was a great one, man. We could talk about, maybe we should talk all about all those great sci-fi mags. He's been like me, a fan. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, but there are a lot of people who have unpopular opinions, like something's really, really popular and they hate it, or again, vice versa. Something that they think is just really great and everybody else thinks it sucks. So anyway, but don't we all? Am I wrong in saying that just a few of us are weirdos that way, or everybody's got something?
No, everybody has them. Everybody's got them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Every single person.
Well, it's good to know. It's good to know.
I just have to be the only one that's right.
Another topic coming up in the next couple of months, comic book wise, folks. Here we go. We got Mark. C's got a good one for us, I bet. I've never been a big Spider-Man fan. Shocker. Oh, you bastard. He's okay, but I don't get the appeal. Whereas Flash is a Spider-Man fanatic. And I love Spider-Man, but
yeah.
Okay, that's a good one though, Mark C. You're a big Spider-Man fan. Yeah. Or at least the old days.
Especially Bronze Age.
Yeah.
Bronze Age especially.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but see, that's fair, Mark. See, it's not like you hate his guts or anything, and you just say he's okay. Yeah, but that's a fair one. But I see what you. Well, Mark C and I did a show where we talked about bad movies that he still loves. So he's down with that. He gets it too. But see, a lot of Games of Thrones people, Steve Mitchum, who did love the show, ended up hating the last couple of seasons. I never got into it at all.
I never watched it.
Yeah. One of my upcoming topics will be Miller's Dark Knight Returns and Moore's Watchmen. Did they do more harm than good? Did they do more harm than good? Spoiler alert, yes. But I'll be doing a show about that. My buddy Mando Merck says, meanwhile, I'm a huge Spidey fan, but we each have our own style and taste, almost like we're individuals or something. Mando Merck, are you out of your mind? No, absolutely right. Dave Bob's. All right, Dave Bob, you are canceled, buddy. I'm not a big Batman fan. That's it, everybody. Throw things at Dave Bob.
Oh.
You are canceled, Bob. Oh man. We love you, Dave Bob. Just kidding. But yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. We all have those. So again, I'm not the only one. I'm glad to hear that. But well, yeah, I'll tell you what was a weird one that we had. My good friend Paulie of Latino Slant, by the way, please go subscribe to his great channel. I wrench for him over there. And he's just a good buddy, but such a great friend since I've been here. He does, amongst his other regular shows, he does a show on Saturdays, and where it'd be kind of up your alley, Flash. Hey, Fat Steven Seagal, what's up, buddy? Great to see you, my friend. Excuse me. So, Paulie, on Saturdays now, he does a show where he has a few different panel guests, and they each take 3 really bad movies. And I'm not talking, and again, like you always talk about, not the old stuff, not the old low-hanging fruit. Like a lot of it's relatively recent. It just depends. Not always, though. It's not always recent. And he last week, one of the movies, this was controversial. But Polly, man, we were really ragging on him. That he chose. So I'm talking about you now, Paul, because he came on Monday night. He came after us Monday night, man. He's kidding. We love you, bro. His movie was Flash Gordon, the 1980 Sam J. Jones Flash Gordon, that they all watched.
He doesn't like it?
Yeah, they categorized it as a bad movie And yeah, even though, and his panel also did, although they like it, they have fun with it, but they also think it's bad. And
It's real
the
bad.
art, a lot of people really got after it. But I knew you would fall into that camp. But the point is, some of the criteria they were using was it's how the camp and stuff. And I said, that's intentional. The camp was intentional. Let's see. Check your Twitter DMs if you can. Play the first one I sent. If I can, I'll check it in a second there. So, oh yeah. Then Mark said, so everybody was we did a hashtag cancel Polly thing, and then he came. He had a lot of fun with us Monday night. He came on. We were on. He and Mexican Iron Man. He came on with Valkyrie and Loki and I. And he was like, "You motherfuckers, what is this cancel?" And you guys, and he was just having fun with us and stuff. So we've been teasing each other about it. But he doesn't. He thinks it's bad. You think it's bad. I think it's campy on purpose, and I love it. It's a lot of fun. Now, again, he also thinks it's funny, and the other people who they think it's bad but fun, they like it. So this wasn't like some of the other bad stuff.
That's a movie that you watch with people, so you can have fun with each other. But to sit there, like if I were to attempt to sit there and watch it by myself, no way. I wouldn't be able to make it.
Oh, I love it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, if you've got 2 or 3 people around and you want to have a good time busting on it, yeah, I'm in. I'm all in. I'll be there. You know, I'll bring the snacks, but to do it myself, just to sit there and deliberately do it myself, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, he went after him on that. Everybody's been teasing Paulie about it. So Paulie, if you're hearing this, brother, we love you, man. Come on. And let's see here. Yeah, Steve, don't open the Flash Gordon. You're right. I'm shutting that can of worms right now. No Flash Gordon worms, folks. What's your panel guest channel? Can you put it in the chat? My buddy Flash here does not have a channel yet. He's gonna. I hope.
Eventually, yeah.
Get your
it's like I was telling you. YouTube. It's like I was telling you when you and I were doing Blog Talk together. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I really enjoyed doing a show back then. But Blog Talk became so restrictive and such a nightmare that I walked away. And so I'm giving it some thought. I'm thinking about it.
Get your goddamn ass on YouTube already, bro.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
All right. Well, let's see here. I don't know. Let's see here. If I could make this work, Mark. See, I'm trying to play this video for you. He wants me to play this video. So. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's a video of the
Oh, this is Homestead.
Is that Homestead? That's Homestead, right, bud? Wow.
Holy cow.
Are you hearing that?
Yeah.
You guys hearing the audio? Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna start it over here. Jesus Christ, man. You're not getting the audio?
No audio.
Well,
that's insane.
Oh well, I can't. I'm hearing the audio, and none of you are. So sorry. I don't know why. I can't. I mean, the audio's playing in my ears. I don't know why it's playing for you guys, or not. But anyway, I think you get the point. I had it pretty loud too, so I'm not sure how that works. I've never been able to play audio on this thing. I'll get somebody to show me how one day. Sorry about the audio, everyone, but I think that makes Mark C's point. That is a lot of dollar boxes. Pick your mic to your.
Oh, those are all dollar boxes.
Yeah, all dollar boxes, right, Mark C?
Wow.
Holy mother of God, man. Yeah.
Now, is that the entire store? Is it just dollar boxes, or is that just a part of the store?
It's just part of the store, I guess, right, Mark? Well,
Okay. I mean, if that's all it is, that's fine. I just, but.
Oh, no. It looks like they got a lot of other stuff. Oh,
I just wondered if that's all they do.
I'm going to play the other video, too, here.
Okay.
We won't use audio because this thing's screwed up, but let's see here. All right, let's see. Well, hang on a second, everyone. All right, what? Here's another video that we're going to play from that Mark sent us. He sent us a video of this play. Wow, man. Hang on a second, everyone. Let's see here. Let me start at the beginning. Let me run it back. All right. Look at that, man. Wow, Void Indigo. I remember that one. I remember all this stuff. I got that. Got that. Wow. Peter just went to crap.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Wow, man. Road trip for sure, bro. And there's let's see here. There's one more. This is some fine entertainment right here. I love this stuff. Let's see here. One more, folks. Let me get this set up here. Started at the beginning.
Wow.
Damn, dude. That is a spacey comic shop. Of course, I got a lot of other stuff. But, dude, man, I like a spacey comic shop. I love any old comic shop. Man, my favorite places in the world are friggin' comic shops, man. I need a bigger. Holy shit, it's a warehouse, dude. What the fucking sign? They can have a con in there.
They probably do.
Wow. Nice stuff, bub. I like it. I got some of those. Dude, that's pretty damn cool. I like it. Whoa, there you go. Let's see,
That's
Mark.
impressive.
Isn't it? That's, dude, I appreciate that, man. Let's see here. Stop. Let's see here. I gotta send something over to Mark. See. Yeah, that'd be some rent there, brother. You ain't kidding. Ace Cast Iron, that's you ain't kidding, man. Jesus. But again, that's way up there. That's where the comic shops are big. They're not like the ones we have down here. Now, Mark C, I know you're not feeling all that great, buddy. So just if you don't feel like it, it's fine. But I sent you a link if you want to pop on and talk to us about that for a minute. It's up to you, bro. Because I know you're not feeling that good. Inside joke. See how this is so much more fun than BTR because we can screw around with videos and pictures and shit like that.
I know.
Let's see here. They were forced out of this store and shoved into a Best Buy. Wow. Well, that makes sense. It's a Best Buy. Man. Dude, that's amazing. Well, again, I love me a damn comic shop of any kind. I know it's infamous and the owner is infamous and everything, but I still want to go to Mile High Comics one day. Yeah, I know about the pricing, but it's a huge place. It's got amazing stuff, but it's got a lot of expensive crap. And you know, it's got anything you're looking for, so they say. But I like this better. I like the idea of this thing better. And of course, the one you're telling me about Ides, that kind of stuff appeals to me more. Because again, the dollar books.
Yeah, me too.
Those boxes. The shit you can find in there, man. Oh, there he is. What's up, sweetheart?
Hey Guys, how's it going?
All right, man. How you feeling today?
You know, honestly, I've been fighting a gallstone for about the last 2.5 weeks. That's killing me worse than the damn COVID. So I've actually got a doctor's appointment over the phone for that. Hopefully about 3 forms of medicine for that. One of them, which will hopefully be a Z-Pack, and I can knock them both out at the same time.
Well,
but no.
So.
Yeah, New Dimension Comics is in Homestead, and it started out in Century 3 Mall, and they had a huge store in there, but it was mall space.
Century 3.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in there now. I think they finally condemned the building.
Now. Yeah.
And they were one of the last ones to go. But anyway, so they shoved them in this store in this big giant strip mall over in Homestead on the waterfront. Waterfront is a big shopping area. It's got a movie theater. It's got all kind of places to eat, all kinds of shops. There's a grocery store, and there was a Best Buy there, but they have a Best Buy not far from there. And so they shut it down. Well, the landlord actually wanted to take their shop and cut it in half and give them half the space. So, but it was going to take months to remodel. So while they remodeled, they shoved them into the Best Buy. And so, yeah, at least for the next 8 months, they've been there a year now. They've still got access, and it may be longer, but they've got access to all this floor space in this Best Buy. So even books that they were like keeping in their back storage are now out on the deal. And yeah, they must have hundreds, maybe thousands of dollar bins. And then they've got a really nice section of alphabetized older comics, like back issues. And then they have a good magazine section. They've got kind of out of print books. They've got a good section of trades. They've got T-shirts. They got toys. But it's just like you take a day and he's like, all right, I'm going to go get something to eat. They open at this time, and I'm going to get there when the doors open. And today I'm going to start at this end, and I'm just going to start going through dollar boxes until the place closes at 8 o'clock at night. And maybe I'll stop for 30 minutes to go down to Chick-fil-A and get me something to eat real quick and come back. Because you could literally, I mean, there's no way you could actually go through every dollar box that, even if you had a week, I don't know that you could go through all of their dollar boxes. There's that many. But I mean, it's like, I'm a big fan of Frank Miller's Ronin, and finding that trade is everywhere. And I don't know how expensive normally the individual 4 or 6 issues, or whatever it was, sell for Ronin. But I have them all because I found them for $1 a piece in their dollar boxes. Camelot 3000, I have all the individual issues. Why? Because I found them in their dollar boxes.
Wow. Yep. That's amazing. I love it.
So yeah, I mean, like holes in runs or incomplete runs. You can, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of 90s and 2000s garbage in there, no doubt. But there's a lot of good stuff in there too, if you know what you're looking for, or if you just go in there and kind of say, well, today I'm looking for this, like I put a substantial run together on Travis Morgan, the Warlord,
Nice.
by Mike Grell. I don't have them all, but I imagine if I went there with that purpose and just kept at it, that I could eventually get the run. And maybe I'd have to actually go to the back issues and buy maybe like 2 or 3 to finish it off, and pay like $5. And the prices on the books are very reasonable. It's just kind of a little more high dollar, but they just about got everything when it comes to back issues. I mean, there's not a whole lot of holes in their collection. So if you're looking for it and you can't find, I'll go to New Dimension, try to hunt it down in the dollar bins, and then go through their back issues, or, if I just want to read the story, see if they have the trade, because I just got some trades, but I wouldn't say they're big on trades. But if it's just an issue or two that I'm missing, more than likely I can call Ides, and they'll have it. And Ides is just amazing top to bottom, because it's not just a comic book shop. On the top floor, you've got Blu-rays and DVDs, and then you have, I think, vinyl, and some books on movies and pulps and Starlogs and G-Fans, and they have an adult section for like naughty stuff, and and some movie posters. And then you go to the ground floor, and it's got a bunch of dollar bins there, and then they've got a whole bunch of Blu-rays, newer stuff, and that have come out, and they get some of the more obscure stuff there, and kind of some toys and some knickknacks, tchotchkes and stuff like that. And they have a used Blu-ray DVD section on one corner, and then you go down into the basement and it's all comics. And if it's Silver Age, Bronze Age you're looking for, they've got a really nice selection of that as well. So I mean, but you go to Ides, you're looking for individual issues. You're not really going to look for trades, or you can find stuff in dollar bins, but they don't even bother to bag or board their dollar boxes.
Right.
The books in them. Whereas when you go to New Dimension, all of those are bagged and boarded, and it's just kind of like, wow, at least bagged. I don't know if they're all boarded, but they're for sure bagged. And so between the two, they kind of complement each other. And then if you want something totally off the wall, eclectic, out in Oakland, there's a place called Copacetic Comics, and they don't carry anything new, and they don't carry anything really. They'll carry a little bit of Marvel and DC, but it's like weird shit you've never heard of. And some of it's high dollar and some of it's not. I mean, I bought was it the Black Fox? I think they only did like 4 issues of it, and one of them Toth did both the cover and the interiors on.
Nice.
And so I grabbed it, and I think I paid $4 for it. But it's just a really odd kind of a hippie store, but it's between the three, you can pretty much find everything. And if you have, there's other stores too. Was it Phantom of the Attic? I think it's got like 4 stores around town, one out in Monroeville, one near the Pitt campus, and I think there's like 2 other ones. New Dimension's got a couple other ones too. One's further outside the city, but
when you
if you're
Oakland,
just in the city, there's plenty.
When you said Oakland, you meant as in Oakland, California?
No, as in Oakland, Pennsylvania.
No, Oakland.
Okay, I thought so, but when you say Oakland, I think California. But okay, I didn't know there was an Oakland, Pennsylvania.
Oakland is like a borough of Pittsburgh. You just think of it like being in Baton Rouge and saying I'm going to Central.
Gotcha. But I'd never heard of it, so yeah. But I hear you. Okay.
So
I wasn't sure.
For anybody else outside of it, you're just like, okay, well, I'm still in Baton Rouge. And no, technically you're in Central.
You're in Central,
but,
right?
Yeah, but it's very much that way in Pittsburgh. When I'm there, I'm in West Mifflin, so I'm really only about maybe 10, 12 minutes away from the waterfront. And when I realized it's like, well, they've got a 22 screen AMC theater down there. It's really nice. There's a ginormous comic book shop. There's places to eat of all sorts. And it's like, all right, well, I know where I'm going on the weekends. And that's where I go. Then there's it's out towards, was it the east side of Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm.
there's a D&E Collectibles, which is in this little town. I can't remember the name of the town. Starts with an S. But it's an old vintage toy store, and it's got all kinds of crap from the 80s. You know, it's like I decided it's like, you know, I never had He-Man toys when I was little because I was into Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and off and on Transformers. My parents said, no, that's it. It's enough. You're not doing He-Man. I was like, oh, okay. So, but now that I'm older and I make my own money, it's just like, damn it, I never got He-Man toys. I think I should have them. Not only that, but I had this idea to do a repaint on a Castle Grayskull. So I went and I bought a Castle Grayskull. I bought one complete that I left alone, and then I bought one. I said, look, I just want the shell. I don't need any of the guts, the interior, the trapdoor, any of it. I just or any of the accessories. Save it and build another one. I said, I just want the shell as long as it's got the door. And they're all looking at me like, okay, that's weird. And so I was like, how much would you sell them to me for the two? And I think I wound up for a complete Grayskull and then the shell. I think I paid like 110, 115, which is a good price. I mean, considering what a Castle Grayskull goes, if you go on eBay, you'll see them sell for, you know, $250 a pop, pretty easy.
Well, Flash,
so yeah.
Flash, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Now when I do finally make it up there, maybe hopefully Mark will be around at that point when, you know, that we can all go. But if not, I'll get him to give me a list of all the best places to go, dude. Good God.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll give you an itinerary of places to be. The fact that he lives up there and doesn't know these places kind of kills me. Where in the pit?
I've been to Phantom of the Attic. Is that Monroeville Mall?
No. Well, I don't know. There's not one in the mall. There's one in towards the front of the mall. It's in its own. I don't know. It's upstairs above like a little clothing shop.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's in. There's one in Monroeville, and then there's another one near the Pitt campus, and then I want to say there's another one somewhere else that I've never been to. The one near Pitt campus is on a little road. It's really kind of hard to get parking. It's upstairs too, as I recall. But they've got kind of a nice a nice trade section. So if you were like saying, "Hey, we just left the museum, and I was really hoping to go looking for some comics," like that would be where I would go.
Okay.
Nice. Well, dude, man, that sounds fun. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the Phantom of the Attics, you can kind of that's just kind of hey, I'm in the area and I think I want to kill a couple of hours, but it's but Ides and New Dimension on the waterfront, those two are just like, okay, these are honey holes. One honey hole for back issues, one's a honey hole for dollar bins, and you know, back issues too. I mean, it was New Dimension where it was like, how many issues were in that volume 3, that Baxter version of Legion of Superheroes, because I had it and I think I want to read it again when you had your Legion show. Mm-hmm. And then I texted you and said, okay, I got it all.
That's amazing, dude.
I think I'm missing like 2 of them, and that's where I got them. In fact, it might be on the video. That was the day I picked it up.
Wow.
Yeah, they had it all. They were missing like there's 1 annual and I think like 1 issue that I'm missing. Technically it's 3 issues, but I have them in trade. It's the 2 Superboy issues from that storyline that bled over into Action and Superman.
Oh yes.
But they're in the trades that that and the hard copies that I have of Man of Steel. So it's just kind of like, I don't feel the need to, and they're actually a little more expensive than the other ones in the series. I'm like, I don't really feel the need to have those back. It's not necessary.
You had the stories, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Flash, look, after Promanti Brothers, we know where we're going. Or maybe we should wait and go there afterwards, because one way or the other, we're going to Promanti Brothers.
For sure, man. He's not been to Promanti Brothers.
Yeah, Permanis is everywhere. And in fact, it's funny because I have a cousin who's lived there practically his whole life. And Permanis got its gig downtown on the Strip.
Strip.
Because, which is where Ides is. It's at the other end of the Strip. Because they were the only place you could get beer after 2 o'clock in the morning. But you just had to order a sandwich. But anyway, they franchised out, and there's quite a few of them around the area. So I mean, there's not. I think there's one. Yeah, there's one on the waterfront. Like you could go get Primanti's and go straight to New Dimension, and not miss a beat. Or you go to Ides. Although if I'm on the Strip, usually instead of going to Primanti's, even though that's like the original Primanti's, I'll go to Woolies, which is the meat market. It looks like Holy's, but it's pronounced Woolies. And I'll get a whaler, which is like this fish sandwich. It's like tempura battered whiting, which has a real kind of fishy taste to it. But they make this kind of peach chili Vidalia onion sauce that goes on it, that you can put on it, and it kind of negates the fishy taste and really makes it a really tasty sandwich. Of course, you wind up eating half the fish on the side because it won't fit on the bun. But so
nice.
that's my day going to the Strip, because parking's a nightmare. It's going to cost you $10 to go downtown, and then you're going to walk a lot. And usually I try to find a place that's somewhere in the middle. That way I'm working halfway to Ides, and then I walk back to the van, drop off everything except maybe one book to read, then go the other way to Woolies, get my sandwich. They have a place to eat upstairs now in Woolies, so I go up there and eat and read. And when I'm done, I walk back to the van, and that's my day, because I mean I'll be in Ides for 3.5, 4 hours, and I can't get out of there without spending $150. I can't do it. And it's usually like, $75 worth of comic books, and then usually 2 or 3 Blu-rays of shit. It's just like, wow, they have Burt Reynolds' White Lightning on Blu-ray. Well, I don't have that. I must have that, or a horror movie that I haven't seen on Blu-ray before. Like, wow, they have the Blu-ray copy of Brotherhood of the Wolf. That's almost impossible to find. I'm gonna have to buy that today. Yeah, shit like that. But they've got, the Ides just has so much of everything. But I mean, it's just a pop culture mecca. In fact, I bought my kid is a ginormous Godzilla fan, and it cost me $90, and it was a bitch to ship back. And TSA actually went through the thing, because I'm sure they x-rayed it and said, what the hell is that? But it was a Godzilla toy that came out for 2014. Well, the damn thing stands 3 feet high, or close to it, 2.5 feet high. But when you put the tail on it, the thing's got to be about 4.5 feet long. It's huge. And my kid saw it, and his eyes just bugged out of his head. And he said, Daddy, and I was like, let me ask. I said, wound up buying it for him. It's like, this is your Christmas present. We get it back to the house. You can't play with it till Christmas, because it just cost me forever to get this thing bought and then shipped. So I made him wait. But yeah, no, it's humongous. It's humongous.
Nice. Well, man, I tell you what, enjoy those videos, dude. That place, well, that's it. Because that's what I want to go there. I want to go there now. I mean, of course, I always want to go to every damn comic shop, whenever I go to any city that I haven't been to much or whatever. First thing I do is look up the comic shops. So.
Well, Flash, whereabouts in Pittsburgh are you?
I'm not in Pittsburgh. I'm 2 hours south of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. You're like much south. You went near Uniontown?
No, I'm in West Virginia.
Oh, my goodness. You're even further than that. Okay.
Yeah, I can get to Pittsburgh in like, on a good day, 2 hours, maybe less.
Yeah.
You know where Morgantown is?
Oh, yeah.
Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm a little past Morgantown.
Okay. Good Lord. Yeah, no, I've done work in Morgantown. Busted my foot in Morgantown, actually. Yeah. And let's see, and then I did work in Elkins.
I know Elkins.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Clarksburg.
Okay, then you're not far from Elkins. All things considered, it's just the only thing between.
No, not really.
It's just Buchanan's the only one thing in the middle.
Yeah, Clarksburg and Buchanan is where I'm doing cabin construction on some property down there. So.
Okay. Cool. And I know exactly where you are then. Yeah, that's a bit of
No,
that's a bit of a haul to get to Pittsburgh, but yeah, definitely doable.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, it's not bad.
Next road trip. I love me some road trip. So, yeah.
Pittsburgh's one of the cities, and at least for the moment, it's lost a lot of its flavor because a lot of your major cities are as just become kind of cookie cutter now. As a lot of the smaller businesses have dried up, or whoever was running them, either passed it to somebody who didn't know how to run a business, or your chain stores have come in and kind of taken over and shut down small businesses. But Pittsburgh still managed to hold on a little bit of its flavor. You won't find a lot of that at the waterfront, but the waterfront's a good place to be when you want to spend a day doing what you want to do, whether it be go to the movies, go to a comic shop and get something to eat, and you can do all three and never have to travel more than maybe like 2 football fields. I mean, it's really kind of a hard day to beat. So I kind of fell in love with the waterfront for the weekend times.
Thanks, Steve Mitchum. I appreciate that, brother. That's nice. I appreciate the sentiment, man. Well, there you go, man. Comic shop hunting is the best. In Flash, now, thanks to Mark, we got a bunch of places to hit up there. If I could, I'd just drive around and hit comic shops all over the damn place.
Yeah, man, I've tried to find comic shops in the West Virginia area, and it's a little bit of it's not easy to do. We'll put it that way. I think there was like one comic shop I found in Morgantown, and
there's one in Morgantown. Yeah, and then there's another one in Fairmont.
Yeah, and there are a lot of them going out of business. So if Gary ever opens his, though, I'm going to that one.
Well, honestly, one of the things that's keeping eyes open. Well, for them, it's as much variety as it is anything, and the fact that they have been able to stay up. But even when they were closed, they have such a great back issue selection and dollar bin selection that in trades as well. They've managed to keep their business alive by doing mail order, and because nobody's really buying a whole lot of the new stuff, and back issues are huge right now, and which kills me about the shop we have here in Baton Rouge, because I know he's got a good back issue selection. He just doesn't keep it in the shop.
No, he does the sale every first Saturday of every month.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like, well, it's probably in the warehouse, and like, what's it doing in the warehouse? Why don't you have your premium stuff here? No, and it's like most of what he has is 90s and 2000 garbage, and it's like no one wants to buy this. You could line your bird's cage with what you have in here, most of it. And it's like, no, but this is the garbage. Bring in the stuff that everybody wants and make you some money, man. I mean, you're really the only place in town. I mean, I think there's that one shop, it was Jason's. No, not Jason's.
Southeast Comics.
Yeah, they moved, did they? They weren't in that place across from like Popeyes.
Yeah, now they're over on Acadia, South Acadia, and then go over there. My old buddy Shane working that one for oh man, forget the guy's name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I hope they've got a better location, because they were having some issues with the roof in their old store.
Well, this store is a little bit better location wise, but it's Baton Rouge, man. It's never a good location for a comic shop, it seems like, if you know what I mean. But hey,
yeah, there's one other store in the Pittsburgh area that, if you're looking for trades, is really good for trades, and that's Pittsburgh Comics. That's out near Washington, PA, which is 30, 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They're all close.
It's actually closer to me.
Yeah, I was going to say it's closer to you than it is to Good Heights.
Yeah. Washington's closer to me.
Our buddy Mark with a C, it says it's been almost 2 years since he's been to a store. They're all closed. He gets his books online from Atomic Empire. All closed up in your neighborhood, huh? Damn. Well, a lot of them are around the world, either closed down or just shut down, or just like locked down.
Yeah, it makes me sad. I would just say, I find mycomicshop.com to be a pretty good resource. eBay has been so helpful. I've only had one bad interaction with eBay that it actually turned out okay. I was looking to get the Judge Dredd case files, which are like these big trade paperback omnibuses, and I was having trouble finding the first one. And I found a guy who was selling one on eBay, and I was like, great. And then I had two other people say, hey, you looking for this? And actually quoted me a better price, and I wound up losing those. So and I was like, nope, I already got one on the way. But when it gets there, it's volume 4. It's not volume 1. I could have screamed. And it was like, man. And it's like you sold it, like you advertised it as volume 1. The picture that you show is volume 1, but what you sent me was volume 4. And it comes back with me, well, I didn't have volume 1. I'm sorry. Do you want to return it? I'm like, nah, I'm just going to get them all anyway, so I might as well keep it, but doesn't mean I'm happy or going to give you a good review. But then I found one the very next day, and so now I have 1 through 4. 5 is a good one to get because it's supposed to have all the Judge Death stuff in it. That's the one I'm looking for next.
Love it. Hail to the great Rod Thunderheart. Thank you so much for popping in, my friend. It's always a pleasure to see you here. We're always happy to have you here. Let's see. What's it? Made it. Made it. Saw nearly 2. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but look, you popped in, man. That's the important thing. I know you're probably a busy chap. So we got you there. By the way, Fat Steven Seagal, if you're here, just wanted to let you know, everyone, please go subscribe to his channel. He's just starting. He's getting that one built up now. There is a link to his and many other channels in my description below to many of my good friends' channels here, and his is one of them. His link is down there, just to let you know, because he is, of course, doing the Lord's work with his WandaVision detective work that he's doing on the Easter eggs on that.
I was actually going to promote that. I thought that he's been trying to do a hell of a job on that. Oh, and there was a thought, because everybody seems to think, and I'm like, oh, it could happen that Mephisto at some point is going to show up in the series. I think it's, we've had Dormammu, but he was such an obscure, it was nothing really, he was a face in an alternate dimension. Right. We really never gotten like a character like that right in front of us. It just hasn't happened. It's not, it means it can't happen. It's just, we've never had it. But one of the things that has been suggested that I don't think he's covered, or even I had thought about, is if you go back and watch, Agnes, or Agatha Harkness, as we believe, refers to her husband Bruce. We never see Bruce.
Does she say Ralph?
And maybe it is Ralph. Maybe I've got the name wrong.
That's cool, but it's Ralph because even someone said it's kind of a reference to Ralph Cramden, maybe. But yeah,
maybe that's it. But anyway, but we never see Ralph. We just hear about him. But there's that one scene where they're having like a little tea time, and Dottie makes a reference to devil's in the details, and Agnes makes the comment, it's not the only place the devil is, and which is what I think has really kind of been the lure for trying to place Mephisto into all this, which is possible. And like I said, it could be Pandemonium too. I would prefer it to be Mephisto of the two, because I've always thought Pandemonium was kind of a garbage character. But
it'd be cool.
But no, he's really done some dissecting on this. My analysis on it has all been about, all right, what is the basic plot? Where is it going, and what's going to come out of this? And that's what I feel. It's like, oh, I've got this. I know exactly what this is, where it's going, and what's going to come out of it, and how it leads into the movies. It's like, okay, done. I had that figured out by the first episode, and because I was so familiar with these two particular trades, then I was just kind of like, because I'm a Byrne fan, and actually, there are crumbs of this stuff even further back if you want to get into the two Vision Scarlet Witch miniseries, because that's where kind of the crumbs of all this were put together. And it's like they wrote down the recipe, and then Byrne started to do the cooking with that Avengers West Coast series.
Yep. No, I hear you, man. Well, I bet everyone is really having a lot of fun speculating on this. By the way, Flash, have you seen have you watched WandaVision yet? Or
Yeah.
You don't plan to, probably, do you? Let's be honest.
Not a second. Nah.
Never gonna watch it.
No.
Oh,
So spoil away.
Oh, well, yeah, I should. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, of course, you should watch it though. You know why? Let me tell you why. I don't know. I don't have a reason. I'm just talking about the allegations. Don't watch it. See
I think you should watch the second episode because Elizabeth Olsen, as in her magician's assistant costume,
that's a good reason.
Looks really nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a toxic male right now, and I don't care.
Yeah. One thing I would ask Fat Steven, he's got enough to worry about, but I would ask him, and again, we don't have to go off, we don't have to stay on the topic, but I just, because everyone is talking this show so much anyway, but when Monica Rambeau is spit out at the end, out into the field or whatever, is there any significance to playing that monkey song? I don't know. Monkeys. Come on now. I don't know. Just saying. Could that mean something? Because everyone's going nuts. Oh, it was a cheer up, sleepy Jean. You know
Daydream Believer.
Daydream Believer. And yeah, that one. So I'm just wondering. Again, he's probably thought of that already, but the one to mention that one, and I'm just trying to cause more trouble there because everyone is like really, really picking it all up to pieces and stuff, trying to find out, what's going on and trying to figure things out and predict things. And I'm just kind of, and it is so much fun picking all the Easter eggs and different things like that. But
yeah, I'm glad he's having so much fun with that, and I hope
he
continues to do it. And I said, just don't be surprised or depressed when you find out that most of these are probably either red herrings or lead nowhere at all. They're just there for your enjoyment.
Because it's like as you have pointed out many times, the two books, Vision Quest story, and more importantly, the Darker Than Scarlet story, and yet they don't put Byrne's name in the acknowledgments because it could be on purpose. I mean, could it be a red herring type thing? They don't want to give things away, but they put a lot of other people's names from other series. So I don't know. That's a curiosity to me.
Me as well. I mean, I even was, because I'm part of Byrne's forum. I haven't been on there in a long time because politically, I just haven't felt welcome there. We'll just leave it at that. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, you know what, you guys are bringing this into everything. I just want to talk comic books. So
I got you. I hear you.
But anyway, but they started a thread for the discussion, and I mentioned Darker Than Scarlet much, and I was like, I hope whatever happens that JB's getting a big fat check out of this for sure. And everyone's like, he's not even credited in the damn.
No.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I looked it up, and it's like, sure enough, he's not in there. But I don't know if that's the reason behind it. I don't know, or maybe because the groundwork of that was Englehart and Manilow and in the two Vision Scarlet Witch series, and they kind of figured that was more of the foundation of it. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, they are in there.
But the whole idea of, because they haven't got to it yet, but it's got to be coming, where when she's not around, or when she's thinking about something else, the kids disappear.
Right.
In the comics, I have to assume that something similar to that would happen when she's under stress here, to the point to where she's eventually going to notice the kids aren't there. And either that or Agnes is going to have something to do with it, or Sword. And that's when she realizes the kids aren't real, and she realizes the Vision's not real. That's when everything is going to go bad. She's going to blow sky high, and when she does, it's going to crack her mind, and it's going to crack reality, and that's what's going to give you the multiverse.
Well, they got 6 episodes to do something. 6 episodes left.
I'll be honest. I think we got 3 more episodes of the sitcom shit, and I think that's it. After that, it's going to get serious.
Wow. I don't know, man. It's a lot of fun right now. It's very entertaining. But if they have 3 more episodes of not really giving us much, I'm going to start to get annoyed. Can't lie. Maybe just me. I don't want to be impatient, but we'll see. But hey, look, I'm open and having a good time so far. And you're right. Ooh, did she look good? So Flash, what happened? Flash, you there?
Yep.
Well, I've been running at the mouth pretty good, so I don't generally when I get on a roll, I don't give anybody much room to talk. So.
Oh well, that's why we love you, brother. Don't worry about that, man. I'm just glad. I'm just hoping you're gonna feel better, and hope you're feeling better. That's the only important thing. And I hope we could do one of our shows. So by the way, on the Thor thing, yes, I've been behind on it. I haven't read it all yet. I don't know how up to speed you are if you've reread it yet either, but we will do. It'll happen, one of these days because I do like to get back to it, reviewing comics. Yeah. I enjoyed the times we've done it. I enjoyed doing that.
Well, they dumped a bunch of training on me for work, and then on top of that, with the I've been fighting a gallstone. This has been longer than any other time I've had to do it. I'm in week 3 of this now, so
yeah, it's casual, man.
It's kind of a break glass in case at work, and when that's not happening, I'm not very mobile.
No, I got you. It ain't a hurry, brother. Just whenever you can. It was all kind of comics. Maybe there's so many to review, so little time, and just other comic topics. So yeah, that's cool. But don't worry about that. Just get better. That's all that matters, man. But
we ought to do Vision Quest and Dark and Scarlet while topics
still
hot.
Do that. I mean, have you read them recently? Because I haven't, but I can grab them, snap them up pretty good. Probably on just if nothing else on the Comicology or whatever.
I haven't reread them, but I've been looking through both of them for the last 3-4 days. So I'm refamiliarizing myself with the material, cool. But I haven't just sat down and read them.
Well, I'm going to snap those up because the Thor Tiberson run is a pretty long thing anyway. This we could do it a lot quicker. So yeah. So let's think about doing that in the next. Maybe I don't know what after Wanda and Vision wrap up, maybe. Right after it wraps it up, or before that, whatever. You want to make that the next project? Just do one at a time, 2 different shows. Each trade.
We could do that as long as we stick it straight to the comics. Because as far as analyzing the show, I've kind of promised, like after around episode 9-ish or whatever. Well, not 9-ish. But around episode 6-ish, I promised Fat Steven Seagal I come on and we talk again, and he talk about his Easter egg hunting, and we go over my theory and see how it's panning out. Like I said, I'm secure enough in my theory that when this is over, if I'm not right, I'll eat a fucking shoe.
Well, we will keep you to that, and we'll definitely put that and fill on live on YouTube. You eating a shoe, but in the meantime, you guys handle that part of it. You and I will handle those trades, even if it's nothing to do with the show. It's still to do with those characters, and that's what we do here. We're comics guys, So, but that's cool. Now, Flash, like I said, you need to get your ass to YouTube. So I know you got your pins and everything. You got you got 5 months of pins now to look forward to. Or 3?
I think this season we got 56 games. We've just kind of started.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Only 56 is usually, so that's a big cut from 82.
Yeah, still, man, that's a lot. Again, remember you're talking to a former NFL fan. We only got the damn 16.
That's true.
So we got used to get that many games and shit.
I know we're so spoiled. We're like only 56 games, but yeah.
Well, now is because I know you're not, but I know the better half is a Tom Brady fan. Is that right? Is she happy about Tom Brady?
What do you think? Of course she is.
Look, the universe cannot let Tom Brady have another fucking ring. Go Chiefs. Even I, who am out of football now, Jesus Christ.
Oh, she's
hosting
ecstatic about it.
Super Bowl. Oh. No. And guess what? He's going to get it. I don't know. The Chiefs are good. But I don't know. Anyway, screw it. I was hoping for a rematch of Chiefs Packers, rematch of Super Bowl I, even though I don't care what's happening. I don't know. Anyway, what can you do? Well, let's see here. We've done it about the 2-hour mark. Anybody? Let's see here. Pretty much got nothing else. Just want to do a little open talking. Flash, I'm glad you made it, man. Let's do it. We need to do it more regularly. Now, again, I know every other Wednesday there's a game, right?
Usually they didn't play tonight. Let me think. They'll play tomorrow. They play Saturday. They'll probably play Monday. They probably play next week, but I'm not sure. I'll let you know.
Well, bitch, you better be home Wednesday nights when there's no game. You have no excuse. That's an order.
You have no excuse.
Yeah, fucker. Man, you missed a lot of time already. You have a lot of makeup time.
Well, we got 56 games.
I wouldn't let you miss any pins.
Hopefully more than 56.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not 56.
By the way, I know you said you weren't a fan, Flash. I know you said you weren't a fan of Deep Space Nine, and I could take it or leave it back when it was originally on. It wasn't my favorite. I thought it got better after the third season when Worf came over and really kind of cemented himself as part of the cast. But I might suggest that if you were going to go back and try to give anything another shot, it would be Deep Space Nine, because it has absolutely aged so much better than anything in that era. It's even Next Generation. I think it's aged better than Next Generation.
I agree with that. Yeah,
and I love Next Generation. I can still watch. It's the only one. I found Next Generation on Blu-ray and spent the money for it. But I went back and started watching Deep Space Nine when I finished it, and it was like, these are really good. I mean, I remember watching them being like, these aren't so bad, but no, these are really good. And when you compare them to with the schlock we have today, they're really good. So yeah, no, it's the only thing I would tell you. I wouldn't tell you to go back and do Voyager. I wouldn't tell you to go back and do Enterprise.
We love Enterprise here. So
but if you like Enterprise, I think especially once you start getting into the Dominion War and you start getting serialized TV out of it, I really think I think it's worth another shot.
Well, a few years ago, we all watched the pilot. Remember that, Flash? 3 of us. We were going to give it a shot, and then that was it. You didn't watch anything after that one, right? That was it.
I watched a little bit after it, but man, you know what? I catch a lot of hell for this. I used to catch hell for it back on BTR, but man, Avery Brooks is just stinking up the joint in the pilot, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so horrendous to sit through. Absolutely.
One line, you always fuck with him about it. Jesus, dude.
Lots and lots of children.
That was in the first 5 minutes. Oh shit, I love it.
It gets better, just like
I thought next in the background. He won't.
I thought Next Generation for me didn't really start to get good until the third season, which I think is the best of the seasons actually. But Deep Space Nine's pretty much the same way. I thought the first 2 seasons were serviceable, but then third season it's just like they kind of hit the ground running and it got really good. And
I agree.
It never really looked back.
I love it. And look, I was about like he is now. Of course, I would never even think about going back. It took my many, many years, 2016, and my wonderful retro blasting buddies, Michael and Melinda, when it got into it, because it got, cajoled into it a little bit, pushed into it, they finally did. And it got me to give it a shot again after many years of only watching a handful of episodes, and I loved it. So, and now I've watched it so many times since then, and that's only been like, 5 years, whatever. But by the way, Mark, you did remind me of something. Speaking of great science fiction shows, Claudia Christian from the wonderful Claudia Christian from the wonderful show Babylon 5. I don't know. I know Flash has never watched that one either. Babylon 5,
You'll find out I am the worst wingman ever.
The worst
Because the worst wingman. I am the worst co-host ever, because
You're the
this goes
best.
back to BTR days, to where he's like, "Hey, have you watched this? Nope. Have you read this? Nope.
what do I keep you around for on the payroll anyway, man?
Nope. Nope. I'm gonna trademark that word. Nope.
Nope. It makes it more fun, man. Babylon 5 has just dropped on HBO Max, and she says they're beautiful remastered, because they were terrible copies on Amazon a couple of years ago. And they haven't remastered Babylon 5, so I don't know what she's talking about. And they probably don't have the movies either, probably just the episodes. But anyone out there, if you've checked that, does it really look better than? I mean, there's no way they've remastered these things. We know about it. So I'm not sure what she's talking about. Those effects, because the way they were filmed, cannot be fixed, they say.
Well, it was the same thing with Star Trek Next Generation. Star Trek Next Generation, the effects were done on tape.
But they did fix those.
Yeah,
No, they redid them.
They redid them, yeah.
No, they didn't like clean them up. Like those are all new
Yeah, they
effects
redid
that are
them,
made
right,
to look
right.
exactly like the old effects. Like they're brand new effects.
Well, I'm going to go check and see what the Babylon 5 looks like on there, because it looked terrible on Amazon. It's a great show. And by the way, and again, they just have the episodes. They're movies and all this crazy, like the specials and shit you have to watch inserted between episodes and things. And this is the second series, Crusade. But anyway, any Babylon 5 fans out there, well, I got to see what they look like. So, yeah, Mark, Ace Cast Iron, if you check, let me know, man. I'll go check it. I'll go see what it looks like also. What's that, Mark?
By the way, speaking of digitally remastering for Blu-ray, I got James Tucker on Twitter one day, and he wouldn't answer it, but somebody within Warner Media was kind of cryptic about it. Because Batman the Animated Series has been digitally remastered and put to Blu-ray, and they did a spectacular job on those. It's like watching a whole different show. Same thing with Batman Beyond. The digital remastering job they did on those looked phenomenal. Yeah, it's like watching whole different shows. I mean, they look better than they did when they first aired. And then, but what they've never touched was Superman the Animated Series. It's never been remastered, and it's like all this stuff for Batman. We can't get Superman remastered, and so I kind of asked James Tucker, and he goes, "That's really not my department. Even if it was, that announcement wouldn't be mine to talk about until everything was ready to be talked about." And so this other guy chimed in, and he was just like, "Nothing can really be said right now about it, but just
Chris
keep
Persia.
your eyes and ears. But you might want to keep your eyes and ears open."
Oh,
that's
well,
basically
absolutely.
what I was told.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
So keep your
Thank you, Chris Persia, for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. He was running out.
So cross your fingers that in the next year, maybe a year and a half, that they actually go in and remaster those episodes, because I would love to have all that stuff. I mean, the Justice League stuff was all digitally done anyway, so you buy the Blu-rays of those. It's just like, I mean, it's as clean as it's going to get. But it would be really nice if they could remaster the Superman animated series.
Yeah, it would be, absolutely. By the way, it looks like Ace Cast Iron may have checked on the HBO Max thing with the Babylon 5. It says barely better than Amazon. Yeah, because they can't, like you just talked about, they had to go back and redo all those effects for next gen. They're not going to spend that money. They already said they're not going to spend it on a show like Babylon 5. It's too expensive.
Well, and that's why we haven't gotten Blu-ray copies of Deep Space Nine. It's because it was so expensive to do 7 seasons of Next Generation, and it did not sell the way they had hoped it would. And because it's not like you can just reuse the effects there. No, it's not even possible. So what they do is they remove the effects and then digitally recreate, basically like you would post-production on any movie, add in effects and have them exactly mimic the effects that were going on back in the 90s, except in in 2K format. I'm assuming it's 2K.
Yeah. Well, good. We'll see what happens. By the way, Flash, remember when we reviewed Superman the animated series? When we did that a while back when I watched them all.
Was that me or was that Matt?
It was Matt, but you were there because remember, for the longest time I wouldn't watch all of that show.
Oh yeah,
because
that's right.
I was pissed off about it. When we made this, we said, "All right, it was you two a-holes that talked me into watching it again." I kind of wanted to anyway, if you don't remember that. And I was like, "All right, well," because I had a lot of problems when it first came out. I don't like the depowering to the ridiculous extent that, and I love the animated series of Batman, of course, but I didn't like how they made Superman a practical fucking invalid sometimes. So it pissed me off. So I wouldn't watch the show that much. I'd watched it. I left it on Justice League, what have you. But I didn't watch that show all that much. I didn't watch it all. And then a few years back, remember I went ahead and said, all right, look, I'm going to get it. I'm going to watch it all, because I want to be fair. I want to go back. And I just need something to watch anyway, to be honest. And still had a lot of the same qualms, but I do love the show. Do love it, so I hope they do remaster it. But
I was gonna say, if you had a problem with that, you must have hated season 1 of Justice League, because if you thought he was depowered in his own show,
no, this was worse. This was worse, buddy.
And then Justice League, it was worse, much worse. It was always, how can we get rid of Superman so we can fight the Justice League?
It was nowhere near as bad, but that was his own show, so he was the focus. But anyway, in fact, I'll tell you one thing. You know how I bitched about Byrne depowering him a little bit? Hell, it was nothing. They were 10 times worse on that show. Don't get me wrong. Now I love the show, really do. There's a lot of water goes under the bridge, and like
you
Superman,
just need a little electricity to beat him.
Yeah, electricity now. Superman
you get shot.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like inconsistent use of powers of superheroes of any kind. Like if they can, 1 second they can do this, the next second they can't do that shit, and they get their ass. I never like that stuff.
You can set any fantastic rules you want. It's your world, it's your story. You can set any rules you want, but you have to stick to the rules.
A little bit, at least. I mean, you could vary sometime, but yeah. In other words, Superman being completely electricity was worse for him than kryptonite.
I know.
That aggravated me.
I mean, I loved the show, but I always thought it was funny. I always laughed at that. Just a little electricity would ruin his day.
Deanie and it was and Tim and Bruce Timm was a big fan of the old Fleischer cartoons, which so was I. But he's got to be more powerful than that. And sometimes he was. But Mark, see, to your point, you're right. In that first season of Justice League, it happened sometimes, but it wasn't his show, so it was everybody else. I'm totally with you, dude. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. I'm just saying I think it was worse on his show because I guess because it's his show and it stood out more for me. But I see your point, man. But there were times I forgot who told me this now. Okay, I can't remember, but I do remember someone telling me about back when that it was late '90s, right when the show was on, Mark.
Mid 90s,
mid-late. Okay. Well, anyway, I remember someone telling me, I was watching the Superman cartoon because we would kind of laugh about it. He said, my dad walked through. My dad doesn't really he likes Superman, as a kid. He never really watched as much as seen the movies. He's read comics as a kid. And Superman's getting his ass handed to him by some chick or some kind of bullshit. And he goes, oh, someone using kryptonite on Superman. And he goes, no, he just always gets his ass kicked on the show, Dad. He's a wimp. And I'm sorry, they really overdid it. So I'm not saying you're wrong about the first season of Justice League. Maybe it stands out to me more because it was his own damn show. And there were some fine stories. And after I was able to kind of compartmentalize that a little bit. Needing a spacesuit. I hate that crap. I'm with you. I'm so with you there. Ace Caster. And I hate the needing a spacesuit, stupid shit like that. I hate it. Later, they kind of got rid of that stuff. But anyway, after a while, I think they got better.
Yeah, but without the spacesuit, you don't sell toys.
Well, that's true.
That's exactly what that was about.
Oh, okay, there you go. Thanks. I knew it had to be something to do with you, Ace Caster. It was a friend of a friend of my friend ours, Ace Castron, that I'm familiar with. It was Dale's dad. God damn it! Thank you, buddy. I totally forgotten who told me that. Oh shit! But look, I love the show now. I really do. There were a lot of great stories. We did. Matt and I did our top 20 stories or whatever of the show, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So, but yeah, they did it a little. I don't know. It's not just that show. A lot of superhero type things are like. Remember on Buffy? They were always inconsistent with her powers. It's like, why can you do this in one scene and the other scene is totally screwed up backwards? Because the plot needed it to be. Okay, gotcha. But I don't know. Was it? No, it's been a long time. I don't know if you read about this, Mark. So I think one time. Was it even Alex Ross bitched to Bruce Timm about them making Superman too much of a pussy?
That was for Justice League.
For Justice League, yeah, that's right. It was when Justice League was on. That's right.
So that's why for was it the season 2 premiere? Basically, they put him against what was his two biggest foes within his own series, which was Brainiac and Darkseid. And then had a really good slobber knocker with him and Darkseid at the end of that episode, just really kicking his ass. In fact, they killed Darkseid. We didn't see Darkseid again until the end of the
last
League Unlimited.
Yeah, the last one. That was a great one. Let's see, Mark with a C. Well, you got the right man to ask that question. Yes, I think it was. Was it Burns' run that had Supes going through space with an oxygen mask? He wasn't the first, but yeah, they did that, right?
I don't know if he wrote that one. There was an
no, that was a Wolfman one, maybe.
Well, there was an issue of Superman that I remember Mike Mignola did the cover, which makes me think that maybe it was like right after that. There's also Superman in Exile, which is right after Byrne left, and it was Kerry Gamble and Roger Stern. Yeah. It might have been that one because they redo they do the cover from Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's right. That cover's in my head. Thank you, Kerry Gamble. There you go. Well done, bud.
So no, the closest thing that, in fact, he went in space not often, but a few times with nothing during the Byrne run.
Yeah, so technically, no, it's not Byrne's run, but it was the one he started, but he was gone by then, according to the ultimate Byrne expert here, Mark with a C. To Mark with it's Mark C and Mark with a C. So there you go, man. Yeah, that cover stands out because it was based on the old Nick Fury cover, our Shield cover. There you go. Well, ladies and gerbils, I think I've probably taken up way too much of all of your valuable time. But I want to thank. Let me start my thank yous of our wonderful friends who are here in the chat with us. Let's see who I screw up and forget this time, fellers. The great Ace Castor, my friend, buddy. I'm so glad to see you here, buddy. I hope you're doing great tonight, man. I really appreciate seeing you. The great Steve Mitchum, another longtime fantastic friend. We had Jobber. Just Joe 47 was here with us again. Another pal from the old Blog Talk Radio days, just as Almighty Sports Show was the same. The great wrenches of the great wincher of the West, Eric K. Thanks, buddy, for being here. And of course, the great wrench of the North, Chris Persia was here for a while. He had to run out. Our fantastic buddy Mark with a C was here. Thanks, Mark with a C, for the participation, my friend. I always appreciate it. Our buddy, another great Canadian pal, Rod Thunderheart was here. Rod, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see if I can remember some of these guys. Dee Myers was here. Dee Myers, thank you. The great Fat Steven Zagola was here, my good buddy. Please go check his channel out amongst all the other great channels that we link to down there. Let's see here. Now Dave Bob was here earlier, but he had to run. Great Dave Bob. Man, I know I'm forgetting people. Bruce Lombardo was here. Bruce. Mando Mark was here. Mando, you didn't get that link I sent you? I don't know if you're hearing me anymore. All right, well, that's all right, man. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it another day. I don't know if I missed anyone, folks. If I did, I'm sorry. It's just an old man's memory. I want to thank, of course, Flash. Dude, always a pleasure. And you gotta hang with me more when you can. And that's that. That's an order.
Will do.
It's an executive
Thanks
order.
for having me.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. And of course, our good buddy Mark C, my many times partner in crime. I hope you feel better, brother. I hope you get just healing for you, praying for you, and all that kind of stuff, man. And
you and me both. Thanks for having me on.
Nice chatting with you, man.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't get a chance to introduce you, Mark C. Carrie Fisher, Mark C. Flash. So, again, thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. Let's see, tomorrow 3 p.m. Oh, Brett Cohen. I have a crap memory, but I'm glad you popped that in. Hello. See, I almost forgot somebody. I hate leaving anybody out. Dee Dee Myers. I know I didn't. I think I said but I just wanted to say it again. I hate leaving anybody out. Just the way I am. I'm sure I forgot somebody, but love you all. If you were here and I missed you, or if you just lurked, thank you so much. Again, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. I mean, Eastern. Shit on me. Central. 3 p.m. Central time. I'm going to be on. Who knows what will happen? And then I'll be on with the Valkyries. I believe 10 p.m. Central. 10 a.m. Central Friday morning. I'm all messed up. And of course, I will be on with Raquel Briggs reviewing all of Star Trek on Saturday night. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to play us out with this fantastic intro outro made by the great Stone Loki, at least a second of it here. And then I'm going to